You're about to listen to TADPOG, Tyler and Dave Play Old Games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet. Hey, welcome. Hope you feel welcome down here. Give you a homespun country welcome. Come on down, TADPOG. Just two old guys playing old games.
That's it.
Yeah, come on.
That's it. I thought about being silent for a while.
Put on your fucking mask.
See how long that goes.
It goes over your goddamn nose. Come on, sit down, hang out. Here's the cornbread.
I mean, we're wearing our masks.
Well, we're also 6 feet away.
We are probably like 10 feet away. Yeah.
And we're in the same biome, you know.
Totally. We're in the same biodome.
Yep.
Just you, me, Pauly Shore.
Yeah. We're around each other every week. You live with Nikki. Nikki works with my mom.
Yeah.
I see my mom every few days.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
Nikki and your mom, they got vaccinated.
Got the shots. Stage 1. Yeah.
So that's a kind of a relief.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got yours. I'm just on my own, man.
Yep.
It's fine. I'm totally okay with that.
My hospital's about to open up to start trying to do public ones.
I'm like last on the list because of age and just like what I do. So it's just, what do you do again? You make pictures? People pay you for that? Really? Okay. All right. Well, you're last on the list, buddy.
One of our friends, who shall remain nameless, had heart surgery a few years ago. And he told me the other day, he was like, oh, no, I'm playing that shit up. I'm getting my ASAP.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. No, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, when I say I'm fine with it, I mean, it's okay. You know, like, as long as, like, Nikki and Henry are okay, I can fucking die. I don't care.
I don't fucking know. I'll be dead.
I don't know.
It's fine.
Doesn't matter. Fine. Yeah,
They better be real sad, though.
I mean, they'll be sad for a little bit. For just a little bit. And Henry will, like,
Do you want Nikki to remarry if you were to die?
I don't care. Do you want an honest answer? I'll be dead. What do I care?
Yeah.
I'll be floating in.
You don't want to squeeze any promises out of her now and then die?
No, that sounds horrible. I mean, we've talked about it before where it's like, you know, would you remarry? And, you know, both of our answers are, I don't know.
Melissa and I are usually like, how old am I in this scenario?
I mean, I've told her, I was like, I'm definitely going to fuck around, but I don't know if I'm going to get remarried.
I mean, I'll get blowjobs, but like, I'm not going to like make love to anybody.
Yeah, yeah, right. And let's not talk about how I'm going to get them because I don't know. How old am I when you die?
I'm never going to be close enough to anyone again to like watch hentai and then lick an asshole. Like that's
right.
That's us,
that's
baby.
Us, babe.
That's not going away.
That's us. I wrote that up. Now I know what I'm going to write on her Valentine's Day card.
I thought you were going to say tombstone.
Yeah, man, she better outlive me. I've said that before many times on the show, but fuck, she better, like, for real. I've told her that, like, whenever I go, like, I'm like, you better go to the doctor. Better go to the doctor. How's your blood? Did they do the blood lab? Is it all good?
Do you care about Henry? You go to the doctor. Because I can't keep that shit up. Like, you know what'll happen. You go to the doctor.
Oh, God. It'd be fucking Lord of the Flies. You remember that time I grabbed that snake that was going under the house? It's going to be that every day.
You see Grey Gardens? It'll be me and Henry in Grey Gardens, but like Super Nintendo games everywhere. And I'm talking about what a big podcaster I used to be.
No, God. Yeah, now I'm lying to the boy. Yeah, we had 90 people listen to us. Son.
Yeah. Well, have you ever seen Grey Gardens? That old-ass documentary?
I don't know what the hell it is, no. Okay. I was just going to pretend like I did so everyone thinks I'm cultured. But no.
I honestly, I'd never heard of it until New Vegas. And there's like a cyborg settlement or just a robot settlement where they're all named after like characters and stuff, and it's modeled after Grey Gardens. Never heard of it until then. But
did they mention Grey Gardens in the game?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
Yeah. And so it's from like the 70s or 80s. It's like an old ass documentary about these two women who are distant, like Kennedys. So they live in this mansion that was once like huge, like an opulent. It has a name, like all that kind of shit.
Right. A house with
And-
a name. That's a big deal.
Yeah. So
They
like,
live there together?
Yes.
Okay.
She takes care of her mother, who's very old.
Okay.
But she used to be like a beautiful movie star. She had like, not like a big movie star, but she had some parts, and she was attractive, and like, she's got
Man, you're
older.
just describing us just
Yeah, I
like to
know.
a T, man. This is eerie. I mean, except for, being related to a Kennedy or like living in the house of the name, but beautiful, talented. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's us.
like a little, and then as they get older, they cling on to that. But it wasn't that big of a deal to begin with, and now it's just sad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm very familiar with that. I don't...
So it's like, and then they have like friends over in their dilapidated mansion. They
Yeah.
still try to make like, it's an interesting, dark, sad documentary.
Sounds very dark and sad.
I can
yeah.
see why it was really popular back in the day.
It was
And
in the
then-
70s, you said?
I think it was like the 70s or the 80s.
It's like
probably
following
the 70s.
Taxi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's a-
Taxi, then Grey Gardens.
Yeah, here's a documentary
2
about-
hours of Grey Gardens.
Some Kennedy girls. What are they up to?
But there's like, it's called like Cinema Now or something on Netflix.
Serenity now.
Serenity Now. Cinema Now.
Insanity later.
It's Bill Hader and Fred Armisen do this
Yes.
mini docu-series where they poke fun, they
Documentary
skewer
Now,
other
right,
documentaries.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
One of them that they skewer is Grey Gardens, where they turn it into like a horror movie. So, which they do really, really well. Like I saw that first.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I got to see what this is actually based on. And listen, I downloaded it and watched it.
I started watching that show because I love them. And I was like, oh man, this is going to be funny. And it was, but I was like, I don't know what the hell's going on. I haven't seen any of these documentaries. And then it started making me feel bad about myself. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go play Super Nintendo games. Turn it off.
They never make me feel bad.
It is pretty rare that they make me feel bad. I don't know about I hit the ice.
Hit the ice made me feel bad.
Made you feel
It
bad.
made me
yeah.
feel bad.
Yeah, that's the game we're talking about today.
But hey, I'm your Bird host, Tyler. And I was going to ask you, what have you been up to this week?
Oh, not a lot, honestly. Like, I don't have any like good stories. Yeah, I just been playing some games.
No, okay. All right.
I played like some Phantasmagoria 2 on stream on Friday. There's another sex scene in case you were curious about it.
Good.
Nothing comes out, like it's just all like all the boobs are in wraps. So it's not like the
okay.
first like softcore porn.
You
night.
only get one. You only get one full shot of boobs.
God, I hope so. I hope so because it made me very uncomfortable. It's not the boob thing. It's just the whole like, I would like this Twitch channel to not be banned, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did a little bit of that, and then streamed some Hit the Ice on Sunday, and started playing Kirby's Dream Course because it's the Super Nintendo game of the month on the
Is
Discord.
that any better?
The jury's out. Yeah, the jury's out.
Because that's one of the more requested ones. It's like, you guys take another look at that one.
Yeah, the jury's out. I've actually been kind of thinking about maybe making a video about Kirby's Dream Course. Maybe, potentially.
Okay.
I don't want to commit to that because
We'll do a docuseries.
usually what happens is because I say that about a bunch of games, and it's like, usually what happens is like, I'm like, okay, by the end of the month, I'm going to do this video. And then like 2 days before the end of the month rolls up, and I'm like, guess I'm not doing that. I didn't make that deadline, so I might as well not try to do it at all. But I've been playing it on the Switch, so playing it in handheld mode is kind of a different experience because, it's just a kind of a different experience. I'll say that I think it works a lot better in that format. Like, I mean, I think if the Game Boy tech had been advanced enough to run Kirby's Dream Course, like that would have been the platform to release it on.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's
like
just
Kirby's Pinball.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And that's probably why I say that, because I played a lot of Kirby's Pinball when I was a kid on the Game Boy.
Fuck yes.
And it's like, all right, yeah. But I mean, just being able to kind of like pick up and put it down has been like, it's been really good because it's like I try to give Henry as much attention as he needs. So it's like, that means that I don't play a lot of games like Heroes of the Storm or something where it's like, I got to commit to this for like 20 to 30 minutes. No one
Man.
bother me.
I forgot about you being on that kick for a while.
Yeah. And I don't miss it at all. Like, that's weird about it. I loved it. And then, like, I stopped playing, and it's like, now I'm just like, fuck that. I never want to do that again. But it's not like that. It's, or like, Overwatch or something where it's like, okay, this match, I can't pause this game. It's a multiplayer game. So a game like that is nice where it's like, okay, I'll just pause in between these strokes and then do whatever.
So that's what you do anyway.
So, yeah.
Stroke, pause for a while.
Right.
Stroke again.
Yeah. And then, right. Well, I don't know which way we're going with it. I don't know if we're going dirty or if we're going medical.
It's jerking.
It's tugging it. Okay, it's tugging it. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. I do. Well, you know what? My habits have kind of changed recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have.
Don't have that kind of time anymore.
I never really had it to begin with. You know what I mean?
Now you're less willing to make time for it.
Now I'm less willing to make time for it. Yeah. Now I'm less willing to be like, I go to bed at 2 a.m. To do this thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, enjoy it. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, I probably need that. 3 hours extra sleep.
With age comes wisdom.
Yeah. Well, maybe. We'll see.
I picked up Overwatch on the Switch for Artsy AJ. And she's thoroughly enjoying it.
Good.
Because the other day I was like, oh, how are you liking it? I'm a god. I was like, okay, well, good.
That's a good thing, I guess. That's good. She did better than Ray in Ghostbusters.
Yeah. When someone asks you for good at Overwatch.
Right. Well, that's good. I'm glad that she's enjoying it. I've heard that I haven't played it on Switch. I've heard that it has some performance issues on Switch, but hopefully they got that all like worked out.
Yeah, she hasn't said anything negative about it.
That's good. And maybe that's like comparison to like it running on a nice PC, kind of deal.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of those things, it's like, it's hard to please a lot of people.
Oh yeah, you can't do it.
For sure.
Video game. That's the thing about video games being, it breaks barriers, it spans cultures and languages and races and but it also makes the community, because it's so open, toxic as fuck.
Oh yeah, we'll fight about it. Yeah, we'll fight about it. Yeah,
I know.
Right.
Everybody come in here and everybody just shit in the same pile. As many people as possible.
And it is wild when it's the same game too. Where it's like, I remember when I was playing Final Fantasy 14, I remember witnessing, because I played it on a PC, nothing special, like just my PC that I built 8 years ago, almost 9 years ago. And it's like, I remember witnessing people giving someone grief over playing on the PlayStation 4. And it's like, this is the same game. We're playing the same game.
Yep. I remember people playing Final Fantasy 11 on the PS2.
Yeah. I mean, that had an Xbox 360 release too.
Oh, did it?
I don't know if it had all the expansions, but yeah, it had a 360 release. Which reminds me, I picked up a Microsoft Xbox Game Pass. I don't have a new Xbox. I've got cousin David a long time ago was like, do you want my Xbox One? And I was like, yeah, I do. He's like, I don't use it. I was like, okay. He gave it to me, and I put it in a filing cabinet, and there it has lived until literally this week when I pulled it out. Because, like, there was a game I wanted to play, and this kind of goes back to, like, performance issues on the Switch. Like, I wanted to play a game called Crosscode. I don't know if you've heard of it.
It sounds familiar.
It's like an action RPG, like with a lot, like, heavy puzzle elements. Which I'm not like super.
But I say it sounds like my alley.
Yeah. It's not super like I'm not like the puzzle elements haven't ramped up yet, and I'm not looking forward to that because like when I heard about it, it was on Giant Bombcast, and I think it was Ben who was talking about like, I had to stop and like just like at some point be like, I'm gonna look the answer to this puzzle up, and when I heard that, I was like, maybe I shouldn't play this game because like that's totally gonna be me. But like. So it was on. I could buy it on Switch, which is like that's great. I can play it in bed, or it's on Game Pass, and I could just pay $1 for 3 months. They get you like Columbia House style, and then after that, it's $15 a month. But it's like if I get out before that what's going to happen is I'll pay that $15 once. And then
remember to
they're
cancel.
like, shit, they got me. But either that or it's like I was going through that library and it's like, okay, Nier Automata. I've wanted to play that for a really long time.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, there are a bunch of games on there where it's like, okay, all right, this could be good.
Although I have to say, like, I'm a PlayStation guy. That is my preferred. I don't know why. I've had both. but more I lean PlayStation.
Yeah. I'm very mercenary. I don't care what system it's on. I'm a very system agnostic, you
Yeah.
know?
But the Xbox One, I've had one of those, and it's going strong. I've run through 2 PS4s now that have just shit the bed.
Oh, really?
Like, man, fuck that.
My PS3 finally died like a few months ago.
Yeah.
But my PS4 is going strong still. It doesn't sound like it's going to live much longer,
Yeah.
but it's still working.
Yeah.
And that's with Henry plugging anything he possibly can. Because, like, that's his hobby. Is like, he asked me the other day if I'd buy him an HDMI cable. And I was like, dude, we're out. Like, we're out of HDMI cables. Like, and the reason he's asking if I'll buy him one is because, like, he has borrowed, like, 10 HDMI cables from me. And it's just like, he'll just play. If there's, like, I don't know if it's a boy thing, but, like, seriously, like, if there's an open port,
It's instinct.
he wants to plug something in there. And it's like, dude, like, what are you plugging? Like, what are you doing? Like, he's like, well, I'm going to connect the CRT television to the flat screen so that I can see what I'm watching on the CRT on the flat screen. And I'm like, well, first of all, that doesn't work that way. And second of all, why don't you just watch it on the flat screen to begin with? And the answer is because that's not cool and it doesn't take any work. And I get that, but at the same time, it's frustrating when I'm 39 and it's
I have to fill all the holes, Father.
yeah, it's like, dude, I just want to play Kirby's Dream Course. Can you just, like, I don't know, not plug things into other things for like 20 minutes?
Yeah, man.
So what have you been up to, Tyler?
I played a lot of Hades this weekend.
Yes.
I feel like I'm approaching my end game with Hades. Almost have. I think I have like 3 more achievements to get. I've got like 3 more legendary
I don't
duos
even know.
I gotta get.
I don't know what the achievements are in the game.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I mean, they're all pretty basic for the most part.
Are they like also things that are like? Are they like the prophecies and stuff, or like
sort
in-game?
of? Like one is like get a 30% damage rating with the Pierce Butterfly that Thanatos gives you.
Okay. So that's like just leveling it up all the way, right?
You have to basically, if you level it up all the way, that means you have to go 15 rooms without taking any damage.
Oh, okay.
Which pissed me off. I'm like, okay, I need to get this achievement finally. I sat down and I got 28% before I beat the game. I was like, oh, God.
15 rooms or 15 encounters?
15 encounters.
Oh, damn it. Because like I'd play that.
Not counting the small rooms and sticks.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to ask. Because I do like the Magic the Gathering rules lawyer style where it's like, they said rooms. Okay. Charon, and Charon. It's like anytime the shop opens up, it's like, I'm going through that door.
Yep.
But usually it's encounters. So
Yeah. So I had to, because I could not take one hit in any of the sticks rooms. So I ended up with 28%. Then my second run
wait, when did you get it?
last night.
But wait, no, like it doesn't start from the beginning of your run?
It does.
Is it really like 15? Is it really like 15 encounters from like beginning of the game to
the
sticks?
end. Yep.
Is it really?
Well, it's more than that, but just getting not hit for 15 rooms.
Consecutively?
No, not consecutively. Just
that's where I was
any
getting
room.
confused because I was like, man, it feels like longer than 15 encounters to get the
any
stick.
15 rooms where you don't take damage
gotcha.
we'll get you to 30%.
That's pretty. I mean,
It's not
lenient.
super difficult.
Yeah.
There were a few things that like pissed me off, or like I would take one small
Sure.
hit, not paying attention.
Sure.
But then the second time I got
Lava and Asphodel, I'm assuming, is
yep.
like a real pain in the ass.
Yep.
Yeah. That usually gets me for at least a tick or two.
Then the second time I got that, I went your jam, and you were totally right about the aspect of Kieran with the bow.
Oh, I love that bow aspect.
I went that, and I got like 36 or 38% damage toward the end.
It fucking melts bosses. That's what I
Yeah.
like about it.
Because I had Zeus on my attack and Poseidon on my special,
Fuck
and
yeah,
it was
man.
yeah, it was good shit.
Yeah, I like that Zeus boon on any bow.
Yep.
And like that's good stuff right there.
For the bow, getting rid of the charge shot and doing that rapid fire, that's like I cannot do. I hate a bow run where it's just charge.
Yeah.
If my first dataless hammer is the rapid shot, okay, this is a fun run.
Yeah, man, when you don't get a dataless hammer, like what I hate is like when I don't get a dataless hammer until like I swear I've had it before where it's like, oh, the first room in Elysium, finally a dataless hammer.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Normally I get one in Tartarus and one in Elysium.
Really? It might be because I have a tendency to choose the same kind of rooms. Like, I don't know what dictates what rooms spawn ahead.
Yeah.
You know, like, because I'll usually do like darkness, 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 darkness. Like, I'm always going for darkness because I want to max out both sides of the mirror and all that.
Which I did that today. I did one.
Nice.
I did one run before you got here.
Yeah.
And then I was able to do that. So I got a nice, interesting dialogue from Nyx, and was like, okay, well, that's done. Now I'm going to save up 25,000 darkness for the chaos decoration set.
I think it's more than, is it just
It might be
25,000?
more than that. It might be 45 or some shit.
Maybe I'm wrong because 25,000 is a lot.
Yep.
So yeah, I hope it's that. I can't remember. I obviously haven't.
But there's the cluster bomb Daedalus hammer for the gun. Like, I just cannot fucking get it.
I love that one.
I've done
Just
so
spam
many
it.
runs to try
Yeah,
and get
just
it, but
spam
it just doesn't pop for
Really.
me. The triple bomb, like, I love that. Like,
Yeah.
I got a good clear the other
Triple
night
bomb's
with
good
triple
too.
bomb.
I like
but
the rocket the best. The
Yeah.
rocket launcher.
I've gotten the rocket once. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, it's really good stuff. I don't like the Lucifer aspect, which is really a bummer.
So that's what I play with the most.
Because I thought I would, based on like it's fucking Lucifer's first of all, and like secondly,
Like,
it's-
when every time you cock it, it's the
right. Yeah. No, I mean, like thematically, it's like, yes, this is where I want it to be. But when I use it, it's like, I don't like that I have to like keep reloading it, I guess. Like that beam like running out. I don't like that because it takes forever to reload. Maybe if I get like a Hermes boon or something, like that'll make a difference. I don't know. I haven't been playing Hades much though. So
Yeah. I imagine it's been another few weeks and I'll probably be done with it.
I've added
moving on to Outer Worlds.
Yeah, Outer Worlds is on. I was going to ask you because I got to be honest with you. I've really enjoyed like playing Hades like while you've been playing Hades, and it's like we haven't really officially done an episode on it yet.
No,
but it's like it's just been fun talking to you about it. Just I don't know, off the mics and on the mics.
Yeah,
boring people who really want to hear about hit the ice, you know. But like Outer Worlds.
Sorry, all one of you.
Outer Worlds is also on Game Pass. So it's like when I saw that, I was like, well, shit, man. If Tyler's going to play this, then maybe I'll play it too.
Do that. We'll play that together. Do the same thing. Yeah.
It's kind of weird to like, I don't know. And it's not even an agenda to be like, and we'll do an episode on Outer Worlds. Because it's like, I do want to do an episode on Hades, but I don't know, man. It's just kind of nice to be like, yeah, this was just for funsies.
Yeah, no, I'm with you 100%. Although when I wasn't playing Hades, Melissa and I were laying in bed, and she was like, "Why are you looking at '90s NBA people?" I was like, "Well, I'm making a list for Hades. I have to finish this."
Like we were talking about on the Barkley episode.
We made a reference to it. Then I was like, "Man, I really want to do that," because I messaged Jacob about it. He was like, "Holy shit, that's the perfect, most perfect thing." So then he gave me a few. So we were working on it. So now I totally forgot Hypnos. So I'll have to do Hypnos later, but I painstakingly really thought it out, did my research.
Who's the sleepiest NBA player?
I put it on Hades Deuce posting, which it's gotten good response there.
Good.
So people were like, "Where's Hypnos?" I was like, "Hypnos is probably got to be, if it's someone like lazy and sleepy, that's got to be Shaq." And we'll redo, because I put Shaq as somebody else.
Gotcha. I thought you were like, no one likes Hypnos, which proves what I said on that episode. the fact that you forgot Hypnos proves what I said.
I totally forgot. Well, see, Hypnos was like...
Who is Thanatos on your list?
Tim Duncan.
Does Tim Duncan have a brother that plays in the NBA?
I wish. That'd be cool.
Like a sleepy brother? It doesn't matter if he's in the NBA or not.
Do they have a sleepy brother? Chad Duncan. All right, so in this version, so it's Jordan. Is the game.
Ben Duncan would be really good as a basketball player.
I've been Duncan.
Ben Duncan.
Not so much anymore. I'm kind of tired, but I've been
right.
Duncan.
But I've been Duncan. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. I stepped all over the title of your game.
So Jordan recast with all the characters as 90s. Predominantly 90s NBA figures with some connected celebrities and then older NBA figures.
Okay. Are you
Of course, Zagreus is LeBron James.
Who?
Exactly.
I thought, wait, the lead-in was their predominantly 90s basketball.
But LeBron is like the new talent.
Okay, I got you.
If Michael Jordan is Hades,
right,
then like the new talent that could beat him is
the new blood.
Yeah. LeBron.
Okay.
So, of course, Hades is Michael Jordan.
Is he French?
Yes, exactly.
All right.
And then, let's see, Caron.
I said
So you
Caron,
said Caron. That's Phil Jackson, who was the coach of the Bulls.
Oh.
Kind of a taciturn figure anyway. Like
okay.
all my figures of Phil Jackson are him sort of somewhat angrily, silently looking on at the court in a suit while Michael Jordan just kicked ass.
How did he have time to coach the Bulls when he was making those Lord of the Ring movies?
Exactly. I don't know.
I don't
Very
get
good.
it. It's weird. I don't know.
Was it the same time period?
It's already, man, those movies came out when we were like in college.
I remember my senior year of high school going to see the first one in Murray.
You know what's fun is watching it now and watching Gollum and being like, holy shit, we thought that was like good.
Damn.
I mean, it was at the time, but
So
now
it's about time to remake them all.
Yeah, now he looks like a Smurf.
Well, now they're being remade on Amazon, so.
Oh, they are?
As a series, yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I've definitely reached the age of my life.
Wheel of Time is also being made on Amazon. That I'm very excited
Yeah,
about.
I bet. Yeah.
Give that the right treatment.
Yeah. I don't know.
It has to be a series to give it the right. 14 books. What are you going to do? Like 14 books.
Oh, that should be a series. Yeah.
Absolutely.
For sure. I mean, that should be like books.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck movies, man. They should write that as books.
Yeah. So wait. Okay. So you're already like, I was joking about LeBron, but I knew who that was. But seriously, like second off is just like Phil Jackson. Don't know
It's
who
coach. It's understandable. You wouldn't know who necessarily knew who the coach was.
I'll have to a bad start.
So Achilles, because I was looking up very talented players who died before their prime, who
died on court,
who died on the court,
right?
Who watched their boyfriend die and then died on the court,
right? On this in the same game, and then like he didn't want to play the game, but then he saw his boyfriend die, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna play this game."
And someone threw a basketball at his heel, and he
died. And then they went to Jordan's house,
and he made a pact with Jordan. So that was, I actually have this guy's rookie card somewhere in my parents' house. So it's a much older player. It's like a 70s player. Pistol Pete Maravich.
Jesus Christ. I
Fantastic player.
Okay.
But
sounds like a Fallout
of heart
character.
issues when he was young.
Did he?
That is a good Fallout.
Yeah.
Pistol Pete.
Yeah. He's wagging and slanging and hanging. Hey, everybody, have you heard about Pistol Pete? He's a guy in this game and he shoots real fast.
We talked last time about Orpheus as Madonna.
Right, of
and
course.
Eurydice is Dennis
I know
Rodman.
her. Fuck God, I'm back in.
And Rodman, you know Rodman.
Yeah, I know Rodman.
Then
The Korea guy.
Then Thanatos or Thanatos, however you want to say it. It's Tim Duncan.
Right.
So it's
Chad's brother.
It's James Naismith that created basketball. So he's
Right.
chaos.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's perfect. I love it.
And then
You may speak.
LeVar, respond. LeVar Ball is Knicks. LeVar Ball made the NBA. So chaos makes basketball, begets Knicks,
Right.
Knicks who then makes the
Who
NBA.
makes the NBA. Okay.
And then because I think he'd have the best head, Charles Barkley is Deusa.
Because he'd had the best head.
He'd be the best. He'd be the best
head.
floating head.
Yeah, okay. I know who he is, so yeah, I'm on board.
Skelly is Horace Grant.
Yeah, I've heard the name, but I don't.
He played for the Bulls. He had glasses.
Oh, okay. Was he like skeleton-like?
Very.
Okay.
Very.
Okay.
Cerberus is Patrick Ewing.
Well-known dog.
Well, a big aggressive player. I was like, okay, that'll work. Patrick Ewing.
He was aggressive.
Patrick Ewing.
Ewing.
So for the Furies, so I had to pick people who are aggressive, kind of dirty players, just increasing levels of dirtiness.
Did you go to the WNBA?
I thought about it, but I also wouldn't have any idea who they are.
Yeah.
So
was
then,
I
didn't want to draw gender lines. So I was like, well, so I did.
We'll make them all guys.
There's some girls in there. But Megra is Scottie Pippen.
Okay.
He's the most well-known. So
I know who he is.
Megra.
Yeah.
They let Scottie Pippen in the house.
So who's Sisyphus then? Sorry to like break it all up.
I had to do some research for Sisyphus.
Because who's Scottie Pippen beating the shit out of while he pushes that rock up the fucking cliff?
Danny Ainge. He played for the Suns. He was a huge
With Barkley?
asshole of a player. Yes, he played with Barkley for the Suns. huge jerk, dirty player, asshole. Now he's the coach of the Suns, I believe.
Wow.
And he's a huge jerk.
It really pays to be a big fucking jerk.
So it's like he's a king. He's King Sisyphus. And he's a fucking jerk, so now he's gonna come down the underworld.
Now he's got to push a giant basketball.
Scottie Pippen's gonna torture him.
Up a half pipe.
Baskety the Giants. Or Bali, I guess be Bali.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Back to the Furies.
And then,
I just had to know.
Tessefany is Reggie Miller, who is another level of like dirty shit talker player.
Hates murderers.
With
a passion.
And then Electo, who is the dirtiest of the dirty, is Bill Lambier.
Oh, I know him. I played his video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that one.
Wonderful.
Okay.
And then Ares, who is like another one of the more prolific, talented players, but
who is the god of war in the NBA?
Basically, Isaiah Thomas was who I've
heard that name before.
Ares. Yeah,
I've heard that name before. Why? Is he like does he like violence?
He was going to be like the worst of the worst.
I got you. Is Christian Laettner on there?
I did not put Laettner on there.
Okay.
I thought about it, but so that's letting in my personal feelings too much in this objective Jordan list.
Hypnos has a spot open.
I guess because I never heard much of his career afterwards.
Anthony Davis on there.
I don't even know who that is.
He was a UK player and then went on to New Orleans. That's the only reason I know. Like, yeah, he was really good. Like, he was really good at UK for sure. Only reason I know is because he played when I lived there. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. And then Aphrodite, a cast is Carmen Electra.
Okay, yeah, right.
Big girl of the 90s, also with Rodman.
Yeah,
like,
we talked about
she
that.
ties in.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Demeter is Larry Bird.
Perfect.
Kind of the taciturn old guy.
Yeah, but he hasn't always been. He used to be a spring bird.
Right, yeah, it's true.
Now he's a winter bird.
Poseidon is Shaquille O'Neal, like the big bro who has all the big hard hitting boons.
Okay, yeah.
Shaquille. Zeus is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, that makes
he's
total
the king
sense.
at the top. Hermes is Muggsy Bogues. In Space Jam, Muggsy Bogues was the little Space Jam guy, the little fast one.
Right, yeah. Dude, like, okay. This whole time you're doing this, I'm trying to think of like who would make a good Hypnos. And I can't name any of the Harlem Globetrotters. But like
Phyllis Diller.
Scooby-Doo.
Phyllis Diller's that's not a bad Hypnos. She's got the hair.
Has Phyllis Diller been in more Scooby-Doo episodes than Scrappy-Doo?
I hope so. Then Artemis is John Stockton, which John was with Karl Malone. Well, Karl Malone was the big guy in the paint.
Yeah.
Stockton was the smaller
roofer.
guy who was 3-point shots, free throws, tons of assists.
He was the sweet pea of the NBA.
He was the sweet pea.
Okay.
Dionysus is Meta World Peace. I was looking for like Rodman makes a good Dionysus, but I've already used Rodman.
Yeah.
Who's another prolific party animal?
Sure.
Like, could be either fucked up and fun or violent, or because Dionysus is also the god of madness.
Sure.
Like what fits? So Meta World Peace used to be Ron Artest, who was one of the most violent players. Tried to reform himself, but was also known for huge drug binges, drunken binges. So
does he have his
changed his name to Meta World Peace?
Yeah. Does he have his own wine? That would be like a plus.
I hope so. I bet they all have their own
right.
wine.
Yeah. It's called Gatorade.
Then Sisyphus is Danny Ainge.
Wait, who invented Gatorade? That could be Dionysus. Not to fuck shit up with
No,
you.
you're right, man. That's good. That's really good. Jim Gatorade.
Please call me Mr. Gatorade. I've made a name for myself.
It's Dr. Gatorade. I didn't go to the nutrition school.
It was someone from Florida. I know that. So Florida guy.
Patroclus is Lynn Bias. Another
I don't know.
Died before their time.
Okay.
Lynn Bias was predicted to be a massive. They talked about him in Saved by the Bell on their drug episodes.
Of course I remember that. Oh, okay. No, I don't remember that.
Because he was
at
predicted to be
all.
a massive star in the NBA. He was like a second-round draft pick. Right before he went, he OD'd. He was out partying, celebrating, and did too much.
He was trying to be Dionysus.
Then Theseus, I was looking for who is someone who is like very talented, but also extremely cocky and conceited.
Christian Laettner.
Christian Laettner. I mean, that's not bad. I picked Allen Iverson.
I've heard that name. I think I've heard you say that name before.
And then Asterius is Clyde Drexler.
Were they friends?
From the Portland Trail Blazers. Probably not, but Clyde Drexler was like kind of an underrated player, fantastic player. He was on the Olympic Dream Team, kind of more of a quiet. He was just in the Jordan era, so Jordan got all the attention, but he was a very, very good, I believe, like a power forward player.
Gotcha. Okay.
So Phil will appreciate this, I hope.
No, there are definitely other people who will too. Just because I don't know who these people are.
I also didn't do Persephone.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I was thinking in the car, I was like, who would be Persephone?
Well, who retired?
I guess that baseball team that Michael Jordan went to.
It could be.
That's who he wanted so bad. So half of that year he was spent playing baseball.
Redacted.
Yeah, who's the coach of that team? That's who Persephone is.
I was going to say the team itself.
The team itself. I was thinking
the White Sox. I don't know whoever he played for.
I was thinking who retired for a really long time from the Bulls and then
Redacted.
Who else retired?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because that'd essentially be Persephone because,
Oh,
Redacted.
yeah.
Well,
Or Bo Jackson. 'Cause he's
Redacted.
Bo Jackson, yes. Okay. So, I know he's not in the game, but who cut off Charles Barkley's head? Who's Perseus?
Ooh. Who took down Charles Barkley?
Ghost Dad.
Ghost
Trick
Dad.
question. Ghost Dad. Ghost Dad's Perseus.
I'm surprised Perseus is in this game,
He's mentioned
Oh,
in
really?
dialogue. Yeah, because it was like one of those where it's like, how the hell did they have Dusa in this game and not even like have Perseus? He's mentioned, and it's like, I think Hades says something about someone. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Hades. God, who was it? Someone says we don't talk about him. So it's like
No.
they just kind of like there was a nod to, we realize Perseus isn't in the game. Calm down, everybody.
We have to save something for potential expansion. Come on.
I don't think they're planning on doing anything.
They probably aren't.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's been their statement.
I would love to see more, but yeah,
I
you're
wouldn't.
right. They probably won't.
I'm that kind of guy where I just want it to be, this is the game.
Singular experience.
This is the game. Yeah. Although me saying that, it's like I was about to say, like, I'd love to give them some more money. And I think I might pick up that limited run games rumored physical release.
Oh, I absolutely would. Yeah.
Just so, I'll always have it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. No, I love Hades that much. I would love to pick up a physical release of that. And Rogue Legacy. I would do both of those.
I don't have time for Hades anymore. I've added 20 minutes per day to my fucking hair routine. Because
that's a Hades run right there.
it is. It's one run. If I don't do it, then my hair totally frizzes out, which is 100% why I have my hair pulled back. Because I was like, I'm doing this thing called, because I've got curly hair. I don't know why I sounded ashamed when I said that. I have curly hair. There we go. That's better. I gotta say it proudly. So like Grim had turned me on to a subreddit called just curly hair. And it's like, so they've got this whole thing called, and I didn't know this was,
Grim telling you about a hair subreddit's like me telling you about a hair subreddit.
I've never seen his wife, but I believe that she has curly hair.
Ah, okay.
Or if she doesn't, she knows a lot about curly hair. So he turned me on to the curly hair subreddit. So I got in there and I was like, oh shit, this is like a whole thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a whole thing. And it's like, so.
It's like Wicked Edge. Once you join on with the whole shaving subreddit, damn, this is a lot.
Yeah, but it's more than that. Like, it's totally more than that. Like, I feel like what's like the shaving thing is like, oh, this is like a nice way to like save money. And like, I'm in this subreddit to learn how to shave without killing myself with like, grandpa's shaving kit.
Yeah.
This is like, all right, you want to know how to do your hair? We got 24 pages of a Word document for you to read. So, like, I'm reading through this, and they're like, don't get intimidated. I'm like, yeah, okay.
I played D&D. Okay, I'm good.
Right. I'm reading through it, and it's like, all right. So, and then, like, they're really nice because they got this, like, little infographic, too, where it's like, is this too intimidating? Yes, it is. Okay, I'll read the infographic. And it's like, okay, here's what you do. There's a shampoo that kind of like resets your hair, right? It's this like industrial grade. It's not, but it's like this industrial grade shampoo.
It's Dip from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Right, yes. It's,
But only for curly hair.
right, it only works on curly hair.
Curly Dip.
And it's like not for curly hair because it's like, I was reading that like a lot of curly.
We use it to kill curly Sue.
Yeah, a lot of curly hair is like dry, right? And that's why my hair like totally frizzes out when I don't use product in it. So, all right. So I get the cleansing thing, do the cleansing shampoo. All right, we're good. And then I do. So like the whole thing about it is it's like you're done with shampoo, okay? You're done with it. Now you're going to wash your hair with conditioner. You're going to rinse that shit out. And then you're going to, guess what you're going to do? You put more conditioner in it. And then you might rinse all of it out, but you also might not. Just try it out. See what happens. Like that's kind of the instructions. Oh, okay. So I'm doing all that, right? And it's like the third step is you hold out your hand and you get literally LA Looks. A fucking gel that I forgot existed. This, like, I remember being like 12 years old, and they haven't changed the label or anything. Like, I told Nikki, I was like, "Remember LA Looks?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Next time you're at the grocery store, could you please buy me a big bottle of LA Looks?" And she just goes like, "Yeah, sure." I was like, "You'll know what it is because like you'll know it when you see it because it hasn't changed since we were children." So it's LA Looks Sport gel.
Perfect.
And like, so the instructions are like, okay, hold out your hand, grab the LA Looks bottle, squeeze a lemon-sized amount of gel, and then rub it, which obviously I didn't use that much because I've got shorter hair. I don't have like a full-blown like mane, right?
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, rub it into your palms and then work it through your hair. And now you gotta get a shirt and you gotta scrunch that shirt on your hair to dry it, right? And it's to kind of dry it, to get it to the point where it's not sopping. All right, so cool. Now you just let it dry. Which in my case takes 2 hours. It takes 2 hours for my hair to dry. I could like use a diffuser and stuff like that, but I haven't earned
there yet.
I haven't earned my lightsaber yet. You know,
You're a yellow belt.
I got a vibro blade still, you know, with the other fucking Padawans and shit. The younglings, sorry. So like, okay, so I'm like, all right, I got that. And you know what? It actually turned out, it's like, okay, I don't know if this was worth 2 hours and 20 minutes, but like this is okay. This is like doable. I can see in the future when I can go to like a stylist or something and be like, I have a lot of hair, do something. Sculpt me. But like, okay, so today I was like, you know what?
They just have the pump of LA Looks. They're just,
That's the thing. Okay, so like, yeah, the LA Looks, there's an important step for that I left out. So like once your hair is dry, you're supposed to just like crunch up that hair because it comes out looking like you got a bunch of fucking LA Looks in your hair. Like it looks horrible. It looks like someone like melted a big brown candle on top of my head. Like it looks real bad. So it's like you got to take your hands and you got to like crunch it up. You got to crunch all of the gel off of it. Mm-hmm. And honestly, once you do it, it kind of like looks pretty good because it's like it's not like dry and like hard. It's got this like, they call it a gel cast. So you're making a gel cast of your hair. So, okay. So I'll be done with the hair stuff soon. I promise.
That's fine.
This has just been a rabbit hole this is why I haven't played Hades.
You're telling me stuff I'll never experience.
Well, this is like when people talk about beards, I'm just like looking through. It's like I'm looking in like a restaurant with people like drinking beer and like laughing and hugging each other. And I'm like outside and like I'm like Louis Tully in Ghostbusters, like the fucking demon dog's chasing me. I'm like outside the window and everybody's inside with their beards. Just This is the other side of that. So I get like, today I'm like, fuck that gel shit. I ain't got time for that gel shit because I'm got to go to work and I don't want looking like someone melted a big brown crayon on my head for 2 hours.
Do you have to do this 2 hour routine every day?
Well, it's like, it's not really a 2 hour routine, but yes, the answer is yes. It's like the drying is the longest part. Like if I just get in there with a diffuser and get it like dry, it's probably going to be like, I don't know, not 2 hours. Yeah. I don't know how long. I haven't been brave enough to do that. Nikki has one of those, and I haven't asked her how to use it yet. So yeah, I was like, fuck the LA Looks, man. I'm just gonna do conditioner, blah blah blah, da 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 da. Wash my hair with the conditioner, condition my hair with the conditioner, rinse it out, good to go, motherfuckers. Going to work, and it's like I got to work, and then like, man, it was like fucking like a Cinderella moment. Like the fucking clock strikes 12, and then it was just like. Boom. I mean, it was just like fucking frizz everywhere, man. It was just like, oh my God, I made a huge mistake. I should have put LA Looks in. And so, yeah, when I got home, I was like, sweetie, could you please put my hair?
LA Looks.
Yeah.
LA Looks.
Yeah, it was weird, man. On my way to work, I ran over an old lady, and when I got out to help her, I was like, you know what? I could just drive away. And then, yeah, she touched my hair and was like, LA Looks.
Frizziness.
And it hit hard, man. I got like, I don't know how to put my hair up in a ponytail, so I got home and I was like, help me, please help me. And Nikki's like, I got you. And man, she put it up in this thing. So now it's no longer in my hair, because it was like I was looking through like, I don't know, man, like fucking the back of Carrot Top's head every time I looked at something. It was rough, but I made it.
All right.
And that's my curly hair story.
I enjoyed hearing your hair adventure.
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to use that fucking LA Looks tomorrow. I guarantee you that. Goddamn guarantee you that. Yeah, for sure.
Well, Dave, now that you said that,
Yeah,
do you hear that?
I do hear that. But first, before I do the Dave reads some Wikipedia,
Yeah.
I told you this before we got on the mics, but just so like, you know, all our friends listening know what the hell's going on. I have really enjoyed you reading from the instruction manuals.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was great. On Run Saber, it gave us Bruford. And I love, like, even like with Barkley, it gave us the pound the round mound. And it's like that went on. I mean, that gave us a fucking, you lose in basketball, you gotta have sex with the person who beats you. I mean, that's like, then that went on strong. So I want that to become a tradition. I love it. I love it.
So the Southern narrator.
However you would like.
Because that's just how it naturally goes.
That's cool, man. Whatever you're feeling. Whatever you're feeling.
All right, because you sent it to me.
I did.
All right. Two sidewalk photographers, Tubby McCoy and Flash Fulton. Yeah, this lends itself to Southern a little bit.
It's perfect. That's perfect. Flash Fulton, by the way, is a great name for a photographer.
Yeah,
that's a really good
so
one.
is Tubby McCoy.
Yeah,
well, that's a college basketball. It's a high school basketball coach.
Is that like Hank McCoy's dad?
Yeah,
Mr. Beast.
Mr.
Oh, that's a YouTuber. That doesn't work.
Aspire to work for their local newspaper. Oh man, one day, man, I'm gonna work for the Sarsaparilla Sun. Their childhood friend, Dr. Bill Burns. Childhood friend. Doctor as a child. What's your name? Dr. Bill Burns. Invites them to come along on a call to a building fire. Is he a doctor of fire sciences? Why does the doctor?
Clearly, he holds multiple PhDs in fire sciences. None in wind science, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So already this doesn't make sense.
Not a huge fan of clean energy.
While attempting to photograph the inferno, Tubby is injured and brought to Burns's hospital. Oh, it's Burns.
Burns yeah.
Hospital. Okay. While they are there, Silky Fellowsby, a gangster who is admitted as a patient to establish an alibi for a robbery he is planning, mistake Tubby and Flash for two Detroit hitmen. He expects them to guard the bank's interest while they rob it. While they mistakenly believe they are hired to take photographs of the gang as they leave the bank. While the bank is robbed, Tubby and Flash are considered the prime suspects.
So
that's a lot of the most stupid bullshit.
So you might be wondering, like,
that's 80s sitcom level, like,
what does this have to do with hockey?
Uh-huh.
And the answer is nothing. I couldn't find the manual for Hit the Ice, so that is the plot for an Abbott and Costello movie called Hit the Ice.
Okay.
It's the best I could do.
It being that old, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's Abbott and Costello.
I've never seen it, but you can watch it for free on YouTube.
Okay.
Because when I read that, I was like, because when I was doing research, I was like, Hit the Ice. I was like, Abbott and Costello movie. And I was like, that can't be real. And I looked up, I was like, it's fucking real. It's free on YouTube.
But I guess my new Steam name is Silky Fellowsby.
Silky Fellowsby is really good. And if someone's already got that for sure, right? There are a lot of Abbott and Costello fans on Steam.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody else had Pop's Ghostly before you could get to it.
Fucking Pop's Ghostly, man.
That was pretty good.
It is really good. So, yes, I'm sorry I couldn't find something from the manual to give us fuel for this episode.
After playing it, I understand why.
The only thing I found was a huge arcade manual for the arcade version of this game, which, we'll get into on Wikipedia for sure. But this game is a port of an arcade game by Taito. Not to be confused with Toto, another classic movie. That wasn't Abbott and Costello, but, close enough, I hear. Was that a good one? Was that a good movie? Wizard of Oz?
Toto,
Africa?
yeah. Yeah, whenever they were like, man.
Was that the fifth Wizard of Oz movie?
We can't wait to get out of
Toto?
Africa. Yeah. That's always Upright Citizens Brigade. That's always a sketch I remember about the guy who claims he's seen all these movies and like been a part of these movies. And yeah. No. That's what I was on the set with Meryl Streep and Out of Africa. Well, yeah, what's that about? They were just like, Meryl Streep was like, man, can't wait to get out of Africa. Yeah, she said that. She said the titular line in the movie. Yeah, man, yeah. What about Star Wars? Yeah, Star Wars. Like what? What did you see in Star Wars? When Chewbacca's like, man, I'm tired of all these Star Wars.
I am so sad that I missed the Upright Citizen Brigade's boat. Yeah, I never got in on it. Yeah. And it's like, everyone tells me how great it was, and it sounds great. It sounds fantastic, but it's like, I still
watch ass pennies. I showed Casey ass pennies at work the other day.
Was that an Upright Citizens Brigade thing? I didn't even know that. Yeah, I've seen that. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, maybe I have seen a bunch of it, and I just don't know.
You probably have, yeah.
Because every time I hear about it, it sounds wonderful. But yeah, I never made time for it, sadly. Too busy with LA looks. Of course I hear that, whatever it was, that ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia. Hit the Ice is a hockey video game originally released by Taito to arcades in 1990, featuring a cartoonish representation of the sport. Hit the Ice features games with 3 players on each team, forward, defense, and goalie. And unlike standard hockey, there are very few rules, as players are encouraged to trip, elbow, and kick opponents. Taito released ports of Hit the Ice for the TurboGrafx-16, the Mega Drive, Game Boy, and Super NES. An NES version was developed but not released. Do you know anything about the NES version of this game?
I did. I did some research into the other versions.
Yeah.
One, it looks like the Super Nintendo version is the worst one.
I didn't play the Game Boy or the TurboGrafx.
But that the NES version had like RPG elements to it where you'd walk around town and talk to people. Like, all right, I'll play that one. I watched some play footage.
Did you?
Not of that part, but of the actual
the
like
gameplay.
on the ice. Yeah.
Did it look similar to like, what you saw on the Super Nintendo?
And no.
Really?
None of the other versions. I guess the Super Nintendo looked the most like the arcade version. It bore the strongest representation.
Really? Yeah, I didn't even look at the arcade version. I probably should have.
Yeah. I mean, but the problem, I'll just jump right up there right now. My problem with all the Super Nintendo games.
All the Super Nintendo games?
My problem with most Super Nintendo games, the sprites are just too fucking big. They try to I see where they tried to look like the arcade. I can see where they tried to do that so hard, but it fucking failed because the sprites are too goddamn big. The rink is the size it should be on all the other games that have much smaller sprites.
Players. Yeah.
So
they're huge. I mean, they're huge players.
Yeah, and the rink is small. Like, you just turn and the camera shifts to the other side. There's no, you don't spend a second on either side of the screen because you're constantly, almost nauseatingly going back and forth, because the sprite's too big, rink too small.
Yeah. Well, the rink is... I think the reason that the rink is too small, I agree, but it's because it's set up NBA Jam style, which is like people mention NBA Jam a lot when they talk about this game
It's very appropriate.
because it is like 2-on-2. I mean, without take the goalie out of the
Cartoony
equation.
fantasy,
Yeah.
2-on-2,
Right.
with a goalie. Yeah.
So it's like that's okay. I feel like that's a fair enough like point to start. Which, by the way, it's kind of weird that we talked about Barkley Shut Up and Jam, an NBA Jam clone, and then now we're talking about a hockey clone of NBA Jam, even though it came out before. It's more of like
NHL James.
right? It's. Oh, I'm glad you said NHL because this game is part of the. I don't know if you caught this or not. The Video Hockey League.
The official
right?
Video Hockey League.
It's very important. It's a big deal. If you haven't heard of it, Google it and tell me if you find anything about it. Because I sure as fuck did not.
But it's very official.
I was like, I was fooled.
Because I could see where, like, this would be fun in the arcade. I could really see, like, against another person, this could be fun.
I think that's kind of the key for any of the versions that I've heard is that it's a lot more fun with another person.
Yep.
And we
Even
don't.
the Game Boy version didn't look too bad.
Yeah, I think it was Dig Dougie who said that they had played the Game Boy version, and I was like, wow, because at that point I didn't even know like that it had been ported to the Game Boy.
Yeah.
So
really, all the other, like the Genesis version looked really good. Really good.
I played the Genesis version, and it's not great, but I liked it better than the Super Nintendo version because the players are appropriately sized to the rink. And what I was saying earlier,
The ice field,
yeah,
the ice basketball court,
the frozen arena.
the long circle.
Yeah, there it is. Got it. Nailed it. So like because it's like this NBA Jam style game, the fixed camera angle on it is very similar to that court view. And again, I keep saying NBA Jam, but really what I should be saying is like arch rivals, like the seed of NBA Jam, because like NBA Jam hasn't come out yet. To say that this is an NBA Jam clone is
That's true.
really
It's doing it a disservice because it had like I see what it was putting down and I can respect what it was doing.
It's just unfortunate that it didn't have the impact that NBA Jam does. That's why
it's because they didn't do it right.
Right.
They didn't do it
They
right.
totally didn't do it right. But it's like it's one of those where it's like because NBA Jam is the game that did all of that right. And
This is if NBA Jam is Jim Belushi, this is what's the James? What's the other Belushi brother?
Well, if NBA, I think you're saying if NBA Jam is John Belushi.
John Belushi,
right.
Thank you.
You scared me for a minute.
This
I thought
is- yeah.
I was going to rip up the friendship
Sorry.
contract.
You're right. That's what this is. It's the bad brother that didn't do the right
This
thing.
is the Jim Belushi.
The wrong brother died.
So I know when I keep saying that it's like NBA Jam, it's not because it copied NBA Jam. It's just because the game with the most cultural significance is NBA Jam. So that's why I keep making references to that. But it's kind of got like the same camera angle because like the camera's static and it's kind of like got that side view, but you can see, the forefront of the court and the back of the court. It's not an overhead view. And because of that, the rink is really small. Like, I mean, you don't have a lot of room because it's like on a 2D plane, it's very narrow. And then they've got the stands
Which
behind them.
can work a little bit better in basketball because there's more room in basketball for you. It's just like the goal is hanging up, so there's not a goalie, there's not an extra person on the screen, or anything on the ground.
And I mean, let's be honest. I mean, NBA players are kind of skinnier than hockey players with all their gear on and stuff. And it's like in NBA Jam, I mean, those players you can get around real quick. And the sprites aren't too big. The problem is, like you said, the sprites are too big in the Super Nintendo version of this game. They're huge. They're.
And I appreciate where they're going with the art.
I kind of do. I don't like it.
I feel like
I don't love it.
I see what they were trying to do,
But I
like a
do.
hockey hooligan sort of
Yeah.
Mad TV sort of garbage pail kids, like these busted ass hockey players that are just supposed to be comedic effect.
It's like, do you want to play as the guy on the big league chew packet as a hockey player?
Yep.
We got
There
you.
you go.
We got
There you
you. It's hit the ice.
But it's way more fun in NBA Jam with like actual players and actual teams instead of like the Blues and the Oranges and the Whites.
the Blues are a team. The Blues are a team. So there is that. like the St. Louis Blues, right?
Yep.
So,
When I played as the Blues.
of course.
Against the Oranges.
Yeah.
Just Marshall County colors where I'm from. I got my ass beat real fucking bad. Every time I played this game, I just got fucking smoked.
Really?
One, you're like, yeah, I saw you, like, you won your first game and you were doing well. I could not play this game for fucking shit. Like, I just got
What was going on?
smoked so hard. Like, your CPU is useless. It had the puck all the time.
You can make it pass to you.
Oh, because I was pressing buttons and just shit was just not happening.
Yeah,
I'm wide open and he's just like, nah, he's the other way. Nah, it's all right. And then suddenly the goalie's like, I'm going to hit you and you're going to spin around in a pirouette and fall down for like long enough for my guys to score a goal from the other side of the ring.
Yeah, there are a lot of wacky pratfalls in this game,
Yep.
and that's worth mentioning too, because it's like, yeah, like you said, the goalie will hit you and you will totally spin around.
You're out for like 5-6 seconds of nothing.
Sure.
While the other team, and like they were just scoring goal after goal after goal after goal. I saw you the way you played, I did the exact same thing. I remember at half you had like 41 shots on the goal, 1 goal.
Right.
I was the exact same way. Almost that many, but no goals.
Oh yeah, the goalie is like, it's hard to score on
on
the CPU goalie, and it's like, so I played a little bit of the Genesis version too to kind of get a feel for how it's different. And we talked about how like the sprites were smaller in the Genesis version. That makes the game a lot faster. Not only does that make the game faster, the game itself is faster.
Super Nintendo would chug at certain points.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's also just slow by its nature, honestly. Like, I mean, if you put them side by side, I mean, the Genesis version feels so much faster to play. And in the options, you can increase the speed. Like, it's on like speed 2, and I think it goes up to like 4 or 5.
Damn.
So it's like it can go even faster. But like, here's what I discovered playing the Genesis version, which was much more difficult, I thought. Maybe it's because I was going from the slow plotting game on the SNES versus this fast paced, like, fucking pick it up on the Genesis. But it's like, okay, so what I noticed about the AI goalies is, okay, so in both games, there's a super shot. Do you know about the super shot?
Yep.
Okay. So if you hold down the shoot button, your hockey stick will start to glow yellow. And after a certain amount of time, your player will swing it backwards and then do a super shot, which essentially means if it's blocked by the goalie gets pushed back into the net itself.
Mighty Duck style, like super shot, like what's his name from the first one? Not Knuckle Puck, but the one before that.
It's been so long since I've seen Mighty Ducks. I don't know. I wonder if that's on like Disney Plus.
I hope so.
It needs to be.
I need to have Kenneth see it. They show Ken and Mighty Ducks.
Yeah. And then Ladybugs.
Then Ladybugs. No, he's not right for Ladybugs. Why do you say that about the hole, Daddy? I don't understand.
Right.
Watch it again when you're in your 30s.
Yeah, and you'll hate it even more. It's weird. That's one of those movies where it's like, man, as much as I loved it as a kid, like, and it was fun rewatching it as an adult, but it was like, wow, that's a bad movie.
Yeah.
The super shot is pretty much the only way that I could score a goal in the Super Nintendo version.
It is. Absolutely. It's the only reliable way to score a goal.
Otherwise, the goalie is just like block, 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 block all day long.
Yep.
Meanwhile,
my goalie is going all over the place. I'm lucky if it just pings off the side because if nothing's happening, the other goalie just like hand out catch.
Yeah.
No problem.
yeah.
Nothing.
Well, that's because you have to control your goalie.
Man.
And it's like there's no
But at what
option.
point it switches off? There's no icon that moves over to the goalie, so you just sort of have to, okay, now I can control it. Like, I didn't feel like there was any like
I got
real
you.
strong indication like, okay, now I have to block this.
I got you. Yes. That's a valid, that, you know what? That never really came up for me, but that is a valid point. Like, I guess maybe I just kind of like intuited, like, because usually when I was controlling the goalie, I had no defenders down there. Like, the other team was taking like a pot shot from like half court or some deal like that. And it just made sense where it's like, okay, now I can control the goalie. But you bring up a really good point because it's like the complaint that I had about the game is I had a hard time keeping up with who had the puck. And I know that's a very American thing to say. And
No,
like,
it's absolutely true.
It's a very because that was the whole do you remember when they started playing like hockey on like Fox or whatever, like when we were kids, and they put like circles or whatever around the puck, and like people who like watched hockey were like, this is bullshit. But I was like, I can watch this now.
I'm glad they put these red arrows on all the exits in Final Fantasy 7. Otherwise, I wouldn't know where Cloud's going.
Dude, I had to turn those on too, man. And I felt like such a I was like, man, I'm a disgrace to Final Fantasy players. But man, those paintings were sometimes very oh, I'm supposed to go into the distance. I didn't know I could do that because they look like fucking paintings. But yeah, I wish they had an indicator over the player who has the puck, like NBA Jam does when a player has the ball. And I need to be careful about what I say about NBA Jam because, apparently, all last episode, Barkley, Shut Up and Jam, we kept talking about, it's worse than NBA Jam because you can't control your partner. You can't control your partner in NBA Jam either.
Oh.
I know. Weird,
I don't remember
right?
that at all.
I would have sworn. I would have bet you $50. So it's yeah, totally. You can control the partner.
Well, it must have been a lot better then. so smooth.
AI, yeah.
We felt like the AI was just a lot better.
I agree with that because, one of the things about Barkley, Shut Up and Jam is that AI is garbage.
Yeah.
I still stand by you take a shot and your teammate just starts running down the court where it's it's time for me to defend against nobody because the defenders are right there ready to get the rebound every time.
Yep.
But yes, it would have been nice to have an indicator over who has the puck because a lot of times my confusion came in where it's 4 guys are clustered up and it's do I have the puck? And I would try to hit the shoot button because when you're defending, if you hit the shoot button, you punch the other player pretty much. Mm-hmm. Or if you press the pass button, you try to trip the other player. So it's I'm pressing those buttons not knowing that I have the puck, and it's all of a sudden it's whoop, I just took a shot from a really fucking no way it's going.
And you're
in.
so far up, you're so big, so you're always clustered
Thank
together.
you for noticing.
This game, I know.
Yeah, thank you for noticing.
I know. This game, I feel like it's more of a shitty brawler than it is a hockey game because you're just so big, swinging moves, and then you have your whole different screen for fights.
I want to talk about the fights. Definitely, I want to talk about the fights because you trigger fights. If you hit somebody enough, eventually you go to another screen. The gloves come off, and then you go to an entirely different screen where you play a shitty fighting game. It's like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, where it's one guy
jabs and uppercuts.
Mm-hmm. And it does get to the point where at first I felt like it was random, but after a while you can read the opponent, and it's you can either jab, uppercut, or dodge back. And it did get to a point where it's like
Suikoden duels.
Yeah, right. It's rock, paper, scissors, essentially, but a hockey fight. It got to the point where and I'll say that this was 2 hours in where it's oh, okay, I can kind of read they're telegraphing their moves. So there became a point where it was kind of well, I guess these fights are kind of trivial after a while because if you know the tells, you can win every fight. Which probably isn't a big deal for an arcade game, but for a Super Nintendo game, that's probably not something you want. If fighting is a big element in the game, it's probably not something that you want someone to figure out in 2 hours.
Yeah.
They may never figure it out in the arcade because it's you put a quarter in, you play it. It's that was fun. And then you go play a different game.
I'm wondering if because I saw you play, I never got to this point, but I saw you fight so often that players get injured.
Yeah.
And have to leave.
Yeah, I was trying that for one.
Can you burn through? Can you just knock out a fucking team, send them all injured if you master fight so well?
I don't know because I was never able to injure another player. I was never able to get another player out of the game. I got knocked out of the game when I didn't know I didn't know how to fight at first, so it was just jab, jab, jab. I was just spamming it because it worked sometimes.
Yeah,
and I didn't have to think about it. It was easy. Sometimes I lost, whatever. If you lose, you get knocked down, and then you recover after what seems like an eternity, but it's 3 seconds. And then what's kind of cool is after you if you lose a fight like that, your profile, because each of the players have profiles up at the top of the screen, their profile picture will kind of change. In Street Fighter 2 and someone gets beat up.
Go
and
home,
they
be
got
a family
the,
man.
You
Yeah.
got that look. It's like they kind of do that, and it's like it's kind of a gauge of like when that player is going to be pulled off, like because it's when they get injured. Because essentially, I think you can lose like on your third fight that you lose in a period, you are injured, and then you lose that player essentially for the game, I think. And there's a substitute player that comes in who is presumably weaker. I don't know because you can't see the stats of any of these players. I assume they have different stats, but I don't know.
I'm gonna assume they don't.
Yeah, you think they're all? You think
I think
they're all
the same, just different artwork.
It seemed like some were slower than others, but I don't know if that's just like me looking for a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if one player was slower than the other, it was like a little bit.
It's like
You know?
from now to now, now.
Right. So yeah, I don't know what happens if you if you injure a substitute player. Like I don't know if they just run out.
It's just one person versus the two guys.
Right. Yeah, I have no idea. Which I was worried that was going to happen to me when I was injured because like I can't do this with just 1 versus 2. It's impossible.
Yeah, because it's already like you having to use the super shot to reliably score.
And that can be interrupted.
So because you're all right on top of each other, you're so fucking big, you're on top of each other all the time.
Right.
So like I was surprised when I saw you get one off because I certainly never did.
That's the only way I could score in the Super Nintendo version.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, not technically the only way. I scored other ways, but like once, like I think it was Dr. Drunk turned me on to like, there's a super shot in this game. And it's like, oh, okay, that's all I wanted to use. Because it's like, even if the goalie blocks it, as long as you're lined up and you don't get interrupted, that's a goal.
Yep.
But see, on the Genesis version, so here's why I think the Genesis version is better. The gameplay is better. Because what I noticed the AI doing against me was they would do like a half power shot because it's like when you hold down shoot, you'll start flashing, and it's like you're not going to do a power shot, but it's going to be or super shot. It's going to be a little more powerful than your regular shot, and it will stun the goalie. So the strategy is get both of your players down there, do one of those shots, stun the goalie. Your other teammate gets it and then shoots it in while the goalie's stunned. It's like all of a sudden you have a viable strategy outside of power shot or super shots. You can still do the super shots, but you got something that's kind of like I don't have to rely on this all the time.
Yeah.
There's also like the fighting is different in the Genesis version. Instead of it going to a whole separate screen with like its own like fighting Rock'em Sock'em Robot mini game, you just kind of like fight each other in the rink. And it's way less involved. The fights are over super quick, and it's essentially like instead of jab and uppercut, it's like A punches high, B punches low kind of deal. So you just like Rochambeau it out, and then it's just kind of settled.
I just feel this game like I get the concept. This game had a lot of potential, but it didn't. Ultimately, I didn't feel like it went anywhere.
Yeah.
I appreciate the concept. I appreciate what they tried to do. I can see where this is fun on other versions than the Super Nintendo. And the Super Nintendo, like even with 2 players, you're going to be on each other all the time.
Yeah.
Just fight after fight. Like I don't see this being a ton of fun.
I liked it a lot. I had a lot of fun with it, but I said this when I was streaming it that it's like I don't think I would have been enjoying it as much if I wasn't streaming it because like we were betting on the games. And like that made it like at first very anxiety inducing, but then like after the first game, it was like, okay, this is fun because it's like all of a sudden this meaningless, stupid game like has stakes to it. And it's like, I don't know, you add stakes to anything and all of a sudden it's more interesting.
Yeah.
Like
that's true.
Flip a coin 10 times. And if it's heads more than half of the time, I'll eat a spicy chip. Like all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, flipping coins interesting now.
Yeah, no, you're right. I can see that.
So so a lot of that is because of that. Gargamel's the ref, so that's neat.
Skinny, nervous Gargamel. Yeah.
I don't know that the players are really worth mentioning. I mean,
they're not super. They're just goofy looking.
Yeah, some of them are cartoonish representations of real hockey players. I read Wayne Gretzky isn't in the game, but Wayne Great Guy is, or Wayne Great Man. I can't remember. And it's like, obviously, okay, like there's your Wayne Gretzky. There are
I watched some clips of when he hosted SNL.
Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky. Ooh, that was a painful episode because he might be the greatest hockey player of all time, bar none.
Yeah.
Cannot deliver a line.
Well, you miss 100% of the jokes you don't make.
Yeah, it was just like, holy shit. I mean, athletes are never really that good.
Yeah.
Wow, he is the worst of the athletes.
That reminds me of the Michael Jordan Gatorade commercial bloopers. Is it in you?
Nancy Kerrigan was also terrible. Terrible.
Man, I don't remember that either.
Yeah.
I think I might have just zoned out on a lot of the sports people ones.
There wasn't no reason to be like, yeah, I'm going to watch. Yeah, I'd love to watch this.
Yeah.
Like Peyton Manning was surprisingly good whenever he was on it, but not very many athletes are at all. So, but yeah, hit the ice.
Hit the ice. There are ghosts in the stadium. That's kind of neat.
Ghosts?
Yeah. There's just they're regular people, but then there are also ghosts there. And it's like, what's the story? Like, is that a Taito thing? You know, like, is that a nod to
We have ghosts in all our games.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
And I mean, they do kind of
Taito means ghost.
Yeah, they do kind of look like Bob's Ghostly a little bit. I think this, yeah. I mean, they're that style of ghost. You know what I mean? They're not like, you know, the Ring ghost or anything.
Oh, it's a Korean water ghost.
And then, you know, and on the Super Nintendo, this might not be true, but in my memory, they're very static. You know, like the crowd's very static, not
Go.
animated. Yeah, they have signs that say "go" and stuff like that. But in the Genesis version, they're all like they're animated, and so I mean,
yeah.
But okay, so where the Genesis version fails is if you end the game in a draw on the Genesis, that's it. It's just a draw. There's no overtime. There's no shootout. Nothing. So it's just kind of like, okay, there you go. There's your. Hope you enjoyed your time playing the game.
Yeah.
But on the Super Nintendo, if you end the game in a draw, there's a sudden death period, and if no one scores in that sudden death period, you have a shootout.
Because what? Because you did the sudden death,
2
shootouts, and then it ended in a draw. Do I remember that correctly?
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I can't promise you because they all kind of blend together a little bit, but yes.
Eventually, you can force a draw.
I'll go with yes. Yeah, exactly. Eventually, you can have an undesirable result. So,
Do you have any achievements for this game?
I do. Twitch chat came fucking strong, and there were like a whole bunch of achievements. So, a lot of them were good. These are my favorites. First achievement: the Mighty Cucks. In order to unlock the Mighty Cucks, watch your significant other play hit the ice with a stranger.
Right.
And that came in from Pinball Archmage Chris Edler, so on and so forth. Next achievement, Decoy Octopus. In order to unlock Decoy Octopus, take the time to hit the octopus with your stick after the crowd throws it onto the ice. Did you see that?
I heard it.
Yes, at one point, an octopus appeared on the ice, and a lot of the achievements stemmed from this octopus. So I'm glad because we haven't talked about the octopus yet.
No, I forgot about that.
At some point, the fans will start throwing shit onto the ice. There was a bottle on the ice at one point, but by far the best one that I saw was a live octopus, where at one point wrapped its tentacles around one of the players' pants and pulled him down, exposing his buttocks, much like the girl on the Morton Salts can. I also witnessed an octopus ink a dude. So there's that.
Yeah.
Muscleheads can't stand them. So that one came in.
Ouch.
Seafood soup. That one came in from Big Dick Pie Baker, a.k.a. Magical Sleeper. And then the last achievement I have is you miss 100% of the kidney shots you don't take. And in order to unlock, you miss 100% of the kidney shots you don't take. You just get injured in a fight. And
Okay, that's fair.
that one came in from P. Willie Eaton. Thanks to everybody who submitted an achievement.
Yeah.
There were a lot of them, and they were great.
Yeah.
Tyler, do you have any achievements?
I've got win, lose, or fucking draw. You get that by forcing a draw.
Awesome. Yeah, which I wouldn't say I forced a draw. I just failed to win. Do you have any others?
Stephen Miller play as the whites, just whites versus whites. I heard somebody at one point say they thought about submitting a racist tweet, and you were like, "You can. It wouldn't make it, but you can."
That was Sandwich Pope Phil.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
I don't think he was saying that he was going to make
I just thought about it.
He was like,
Make
what?
a pseudonym and then submit something like that.
It was what if somebody did, and I'm happy to report. Literally, no one did because our listeners are not fucking racist.
Yeah, that's all. That's all I got achievement wise.
Okay, I got some questions for you then.
All right.
Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would it be?
I would give this the beard of WWE wrestler Steve Blackman, who looked like a lot of these players. He was a zero charisma, but built martial arts wrestler, sort of middle tier, kind of there.
What era was this?
Attitude,
What era was that?
90s.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird. When was the Kennedy assassination? Radical man. What? That's okay.
The hat era.
You know, when men wear hats.
Yeah.
the
And
hat
Kennedy
era.
stopped it by not wearing a hat.
Yeah.
So it was over.
No, people really just stop to think about, are these hats going to do anything?
I feel like I watched like a documentary about how important hats were until like Kennedy forgot his hat, give a speech. Everybody was like, "Oh, he didn't wear a hat. Let's just not wear hats everywhere anymore." So then people stopped wearing hats everywhere.
Do you miss?
Haberdashers were furious.
I bet. What do you think? It's weird to see someone with a hat now, isn't it? If
Yeah.
it's not like a baseball cap.
When back then in Mad Men, you see everybody had hats all the time.
You know why they wore hats? They didn't have LA looks.
It's true. We gotta keep this prisoner control.
That's right. Yeah. And God forbid you put your hair up in a ponytail in the 60s.
Yeah, it's true.
Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would you give it?
I would give it the glasses of the Godfather, the pimp daddy of WWE as well, a mid-tier wrestler who was, his shtick was he was a pimp, and his like final move was the hoe train.
Wow, that's a real thing, huh?
And I know from what I mean, I remember talking about this with Jacob.
I don't understand why my mom didn't want me to watch this.
Yeah, because they would go and hire local strippers to be his entourage at every town he would go in.
Man, I bet that was good
And
work
then,
for those ladies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They had to get naked. They just walk around
Yeah.
this guy, pretend to be their pimp.
This is great.
Because he'd
No
throw
one's trying
them
to
into
smell my crotch or nothing.
no weird dudes not wearing underwear with their sweatpants.
I don't see Rudy Giuliani here at all.
anywhere trying to get his microphone out. But he would throw them into the turnbuckle in the corner and then stop and do this slow, like chugga thing. And then the hoe train then just run into him. And it's like
Run into the strippers?
into his opponent in the turnbuckle. That
okay.
That
All
was
right.
his big, like, Stone Cold, you know, had the
I thought it
the
was
Stone Cold Stunner, you know.
Uh-huh.
But his main thing was the hoe train, slow chugga run into him.
I thought it was going like some Andy Kaufman route where it's like, and then he wrestled all the strippers at the same time. He's like, if you 12 strippers can beat me all together, then I will spend a day
You all
doing
keep
your job.
your paychecks. So yeah, just like shitty lower level wrestlers, like this game would be. Like,
Was this the Attitude Era as well?
Yeah.
It does sound like it has.
that's when I watched wrestling.
Yeah.
Other than that, like I dropped off. Like I hate Triple H, so I quit watching wrestling because he got more and more popular, and it was like I can't with this guy.
What did you not like? Were you confused at first, like I was, and I was like, Triple A has a wrestler now? Oh,
okay.
I mean,
Does
I guess
he change tires and stuff.
Right, it's good marketing, right?
He comes in a mechanic suit,
right? Where it's like the wrestling match starts out where it's like everybody's there and they're cheering and the lights are all off and they all like, ladies and gentlemen, we're sorry. Jake the Snake has been in a car accident and is unable to arrive at the arena. Oh, who's this? It's Triple A.
Or a wrestler's losing, they're about to get pinned. Oh, I better call AAA. And he runs down and saves them.
Yeah. And he's like, thank God I got this card in the mail for 1 free month of AAA.
Or he runs down, let me see your card. It's expired. And then he does a drop on them, they lose.
Okay. You want to get me into wrestling, you got to get corporate mascots involved, and we need to do, because I want to see like AAA fight Liberty Mutual or something, like I want that.
Fight the ostrich, right. Fight the Lebu emu or whatever. I want to see a mechanic wrench an ostrich to death. Then I'm going to watch wrestling.
I want to see the personification of Arby's fight anyone. Literally anyone.
A 10-gallon hat with roast beef sandwiches.
I'll bring it on, man.
Fight Frisch's big boy.
I was going to say just fight an animatronic from Chuck E. Cheese.
Have you seen that movie, the Willy's Wonderland or whatever with Nick Cage? Somebody posted a preview of it.
No, I haven't.
It looks like FNAF, the movie, only if it were an action movie really more than a horror movie because he just brutally fights a bunch of animatronics.
Sounds pretty great. What is that supposed to be?
I'll see it, yeah.
Is that is there a release date on that?
I'm sure it said, but I don't remember what it was, though.
I was hoping it was one of those Sega moves where it's like, and it's out now.
Right now, go.
Look under your chair.
It's on HBO Max right now, go get it.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
Tyler?
Yes, Dave.
If you were to buy this game, Hit the Ice, for the Super Nintendo, specifically, how much do you think you would pay for it? Loose. It's cool. It's loose.
$12. I bet it's not super common.
Tyler, actual retail value of Hit the Ice, loose, for the Super Nintendo, on average, according to PriceCharting.com at the time of this recording, is $14.99. You were very close. Do you think it is worth it?
No.
I do, but I also...
You had a much better time.
I'm also collecting these things. I would love to pay not $15 for it.
Yeah.
Like $5 would be sweet.
Yeah. You could probably get it in a bundle.
Probably. Yeah, and that's like one of those where it's like you want to get them in bundles because of the shipping. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It would suck to buy this for $15 and then
$20 total for everything.
Yeah. But I honestly think that I had fun with this game. I do think that this would be a fun party game where it's like if you're stuck in a room with another person and you have this game,
you might be able to go on a game show and all you can do is play this Super Nintendo game. It might be fun.
It might be fun. Exactly. But yeah, I think Twitch made it a lot more fun for me.
Got any more questions?
I do. Yeah. Tyler, does Hit the Ice belong on TADPOG's top 100 Super Nintendo games?
No.
No?
No.
I agree with you. Does it belong in TADPOG's bottom 100 Super Nintendo games?
Probably not.
It doesn't for me because it's got that arcade
It's still
bend to a sports.
I
game
can appreciate what they were trying to do enough that I would say no.
Okay.
Bottom 250, probably.
I was about to say it's probably somewhere in that range for you. It's middling for me.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
Would you like to know what Flopsy, aka the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library, 1991 through 1998 by Pat Contry.
I would love to know what Flopsy says.
National Mike has to say about it. Hit the Ice was given 2.5 stars by Flopsy. I believe that is a perfect C.
Okay. All right. I can go with that.
Yeah, I'm with that too. Thus concludes the Hit the Ice talk.
Yep.
Stay tuned for our next Patreon episode where we do our movie review and hit the ice with Abbott and Costello.
Yeah. Where we cosplay as Abbott and Costello. We're about the right sizes for it.
I was about to say, that's like probably a pretty easy cosplay because we just got to get some old clothes.
Yeah. You just stay skinny and I stay fat. We'll be just fine.
I've already failed. I have some other questions for you, Tyler, if you would indulge me.
I would.
We have a quiz that came in from one Ross Rachel Green
Nice.
entitled Shit the Ice.
I don't know why I didn't think of that. Man, okay.
Shit the Ice. That is pretty good. Ross begins, the boy has started making games videos, which basically, is he going to do Kirby's Dream Course? Tell him I'm going to do one. Tell him he can't do it until I do mine. Which basically means I am not the admin of a YouTube channel that I am otherwise uninvolved in, and it's given me an extra job that I didn't want. So this is Dave, not Ross, saying this. Henry the other day was like, I didn't expect this to happen for a very long time. It happened way sooner than I thought. He looked at me and he said,
the fucking admins gave me a copyright strike.
He said, I only have 3 YouTube subscribers. And to which I was like, that's a lot. You're
Me too.
You're 6. Yeah, I'm about to say, like, I don't have many more than that, bud. Where'd you get the 3rd one?
No, what you got to do is like name your video after like a movie people will search for.
You're right. Yeah. Have you tried making a 3 Ninjas Kick Back video? You might get some traction on that one. Yeah, it's Don't Worry, Son. I've been struggling on a podcast for 8 years. I'm sure it'll work out for you.
Right.
Yeah. Ross continues, the first thing I did was set it so comments had to be approved. The internet is a weird place.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, I watched all of 5 minutes of Dave playing this game from his stream, and God almighty, it was shitty. The sound, the gameplay, the graphics, there were basically no redeeming factors. It's like Ross didn't expect us to cover any of that.
I thought this game was okay, Dave. All right,
Yeah, okay.
moving on.
All right.
The achievements?
Ross concludes, so SNES games that make the quiz title as per usual. You ready to begin?
Let's do it.
All right. This S is a cinematic platformer that takes place on a sinking ship.
Super Titanic.
Super Titanic. Paint me like one of your French girls.
Yeah.
It's an animation studio.
But you have a 6-hour countdown.
Where sad music plays in the background. And every now and then your drawing is ripped by like a chunk of ice or a piece of the ship.
I really enjoy Matt Pat did a Titanic video where he proves that Jack from Titanic is a time traveler who had come back to make sure the Titanic sinks.
Okay. That sounds interesting.
Because like a lot of like the bag that Jack has is like 10 years before it was actually made. And he put a lot of shit, like some of his references he drops down, like it really makes him seem like, okay, he's not from this time. He knows too much. Like he did a pretty convincing argument.
Call Phil Jackson. Put him on blast.
And he'll just be like, come on, Phil.
I know it wasn't Phil Jackson that made that movie. Or the other
It was
Jackson.
Lamar. It was Phil Lamar.
It was Uncle Phil from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm just leaning in. I just want everybody. I want to get ahead of this. It's just a joke.
I know.
It's just a joke. I know. It's just a joke.
With all his winnings with Lucille, he made Avatar.
This S is a cinematic platformer that takes place on a sinking ship. Cinematic platformer. So out of this world, no.
No.
Flashback, no.
No.
Are you okay, bud?
No.
I
I have no idea.
Sinking ship. How about just sinking
ship?
Locking it in.
Super sinking ship.
Super sinking ship. Locking it in. It is SOS.
All right.
Oh boy. We're going to love that one.
I know.
I'm so happy we've got a cinematic platformer to look forward to. That wasn't on IGN's top 100
my
list.
least favorite genre that didn't even make the list.
What if it's a sports cinematic platformer?
Where you just very slowly swing a baseball bat.
You take very slowly, shoot a basketball. Where it's like heavy rain style. You have to shoot a basketball, but on a Super Nintendo.
Perfect. Yeah, perfectly.
Okay, press Y to bend the knee slightly. Okay, press B to raise.
It's like Quap.
It's a basketball game.
You're playing it out on like a rainy day in a court with one swinging light.
All right, so far we're off to a great start. Next question. This H is a sports game where the screen is divided horizontally into 3 panes and was named after Tenryu Genichiro in Japan. What is a sport that is divided horizontally into 3 planes? Swimming?
Hyper swimming lanes.
Is it? I mean, swimming's got, right?
It has lanes.
But that's only 3 swimmers, though. That's probably not very exciting.
No.
There's also like track, I guess.
Track? All
Do
right.
you know what Tenryu Genichiro is? I'm probably not doing you any favors by
it's probably your pronunciation. I would know if you did it right.
Man, Tyler, I don't know about you, but I can't wait until we can get out of this Genichiro.
Oh, you mean a good Now I know what it means.
H is a sports game.
I don't even know how that could lead into any sport. It's got to be like hyper something, right?
Or hentai something.
Hentai swimming.
Man, that's a survival horror game if I've ever heard it.
Hentai swimming. How do you like my swimming?
Hentai swimming. How do you like my swimming? Locking it in. It is hammerlock wrestling.
Never heard of it.
Hammerlock wrestling. Next question. This I is a firefighting simulator. I think that
Inferno.
Is it Inferno or is it Ignition?
Ignition. Sure. Other one. Inferno Ignition. Ignition Inferno.
Locking it in. It is Ignition Factor, comma, the.
All right.
6th of a point for us. We're on the board. Next question. This T is based on a comic and cartoon of the same name, and a recent remake stars, Peter Serafinowicz.
The Tick.
Thanks.
Tick, comma, the.
Tick, comma, the. Locking it in. Tick, comma, the. Well
Yeah.
done, Tyler. I don't know who that person is.
Neither do I.
Oh, okay. Wow. Very good. Very good then. I was impressed. Now I'm super impressed.
Yeah, it's just like superhero with a T. It's gotta be the Tick.
Nice. Well, very well done. Next question. This T is a Mode 7 soccer game named after a U.S. goalkeeper.
Tim's Soccer.
Tim Conway's soccer extravaganza.
Tim Conway's Dorf does soccer.
Locking it in. It is Tony Miola's Sidekicks Soccer. We have to play that. Maybe it has Jonathan Brandis in it. It's Sidekicks Soccer.
There we go. Okay.
Next question. This H is a baseball sim licensed by the Major League Baseball Players Association. Hentai baseball.
Hit and run baseball.
Hammerlock baseball.
Hammerlock baseball.
Hammerlock. It's baseball this time.
Hyper baseball.
A baseball sim licensed by the Major League Baseball Players Association. Have we played this already, maybe? Should we go through the baseball games that we played?
I don't think there's the Ken Griffey games.
Home run.
That's
home run
that's
something.
good.
I don't know.
Yeah, home run league.
Hit the ball.
Hit the ball for baseball.
Hit the ball, dummy.
I think home run. I think home run's pretty good. Like home run derby.
Home run derby. Locking it in. It is Hardball 3.
Hardball 3?
Hardball 3. I hope 1 and 2
Are there two others?
I hope 1 and 2 are on the NES. That we don't have to play them. Next question. We're doing great, by the way. We're doing great. Next question. This E is a baseball game named after particular sporting cable channel. So that's ESPN.
ESPN baseball.
Was that the name of it?
I don't know.
Baseball.
I didn't like any of the ESPN stuff at all.
Wasn't it like named after the show or something? Like Baseball Time or some Baseball Hour?
ESPN Extra Innings or ESPN Sports Center Baseball.
ESPN Sports Center Baseball. Locking it in. It is ESPN Baseball Tonight.
All right. We said that at some point. 75.
We were close.
2/3 of a point.
With Baseball Hour, I feel like. Next question. This I is a mediocre tennis game whose sole objective is to earn more money. I believe this is Incredible Tennis.
Okay.
Although I think the official title of it might be David Crane's Incredible Tennis.
Oh, okay.
I'm not positive about that. I could be completely wrong.
If not, quiz is invalid.
All right. Locking it in. Incredible Tennis. It is a fucking international tennis tour.
Damn it. Damn it.
Wait, now I got to look it up. Is it hold on. I got to figure out what the name of this game is. I'm going to look at Flopsy here and go to David Crane's. Maybe it's Amazing Tennis.
How about I pee while you do that real quick?
It is David Crane's Amazing Tennis.
That was fast.
Yeah. Well, I just didn't want you to pee. I can pause it.
You didn't actually see it. Yep, that's it.
Actually,
I don't want you to get up all found it. That's it.
David. Let's finish the podcast. Here, let me pause it. All right, we're back from we both peed.
Yeah, our pee venture.
Ross, your quiz is so great, we decided to pee in the middle of it and come back to it. Are you ready to continue the quiz? Next, maybe we'll do better now that our bladders have been emptied.
It's true. Maybe we can focus.
Next question. This C is a movie tie-in where the player is able to choose between two characters. Morgan Adams, a female character who wields a rapier, or William Shaw, a buccaneer who is armed with a sword.
Cutthroat Island.
Cutthroat. That was so fast, I'm locking it in. Cutthroat Island. It is, in fact, Cutthroat Island. Well done. Is that was a movie?
Yeah, I think so. Movie or a TV series or something like that.
Did you see it?
Remember it being it's a hidden gem on SNES.
I see. So that's why you're familiar with the game. Yep. I got you. I saw Muppet Treasure Island this past weekend. I never seen it before.
You never? Oh man,
I never seen it before. Yeah,
so
Tim Curry's great.
Tim Curry.
Yeah, Tim Curry's fantastic in it.
The black spots.
Yeah, right.
Get on your knees and pray.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
I tried watching it with Henry, and Henry was like, I got my iPad. It's cool. And that's like, I get it. It's hard to compete. Like the Muppets can't compete with like Odd Ones Out on YouTube. Like it's just, I get it. Next question. This E is a hockey game named after a particular sporting game channel. There's not many games starting with E. So this is ESPN Hockey Night?
Tonight.
Hockey Tonight, locking it in. It is ESPN National Hockey Night.
All right. Two-thirds of a point.
We had some syllables in there, matching syllables. Last question. Imagine that, much like audio cassettes and vinyl records.
Just sounds cooler.
Portable retro gaming has made somewhat of a comeback. You get to choose which modern game is remade for the original monochrome Game Boy. What do you choose? Ross says, I think Undermine, a game I have become somewhat obsessed with, would make a good candidate. But then I also think something like Cyberpunk would make a good isometric RPG.
So you remake any game for the Game Boy?
You get to choose which modern game is remade for the original monochrome Game Boy. So, I mean, we're both going to say Hades right now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how it would play. Horribly, probably, right?
Yeah.
But I think I've seen. Have you seen the Among Us demake for Game Boy?
No.
Which is not real. It's like a video, but it's all done in like Game Boy style.
I saw Dalton post like the Bloodborne demake for PlayStation 1.
Oh no, I didn't see
was
that.
funny looking.
I'm trying to think of another modern game that might be fun.
Modern game for the Game Boy. Shit.
Like it'd be nice to have a fun Spider-Man.
Oh, what's a modern game that I've been playing?
Genshin Impact.
But I'd say there's so few. Like, I mean, now I'm playing Hades. Before that, it was Borderlands 3 for like a year. So those are my two.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say Hades.
The Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Mario Odyssey.
There you go. There you go. I'm curious about this Undermine game. I have to check that out.
Oh, my brother, we had a quiz from Ross where he mentioned RoboTrek. I was like, I don't even know what that is. Ryan messaged me. He's like, I told you about that game. I think that is the most underrated game on the Super Nintendo, and one I will come back on for when you draw it. I was like, oh, okay. RoboTrek.
He's gonna make us wait for RoboTrek.
Yeah.
We haven't got an eating ass update from Ryan in like a year.
No, he's on a whole different girl now. You know about these asses.
I need to know how she eats his ass.
How does she have any Super Nintendo games?
Ryan, come back. Let us know. We got questions. You got answers, bud. How she?
We got questions. You got an asshole.
How she eat that ass though, Ryan? Ross, that was a quiz, man. Thanks. Seriously though, thank you for taking the time to make that quiz. That was a fucking hard quiz.
That was a very hard quiz.
That was a hard ass quiz, man. But thank you very much for doing this every fucking week, dude.
Yeah, it's true.
It's amazing.
It's true. He ran Bovine Bear out of town with it so consistent.
I know. Yeah, you usurped him.
Well, I'm because I mentioned to know. I gotta grab this batter up peripheral.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I gotta know. I gotta know. Gotta plug this in. Gotta Wally Crazy Kids it, put it on the ground so I can spin in a circle, point on my no hole in a random direction.
Please
say that prayer we all love to say.
Yes. 2, 6, 7. I'm gonna do it like a robot now.
No, all right. Oh, all right.
All right, you do it like a robot.
Man, I said, I've got a friend who does that robot voice so good. He does it by breathing in. I can't quite master it.
2, 6, 7.
There you go.
I don't think that was very good.
Oh, is that like the D's?
It is the J's.
J, damn, way off. J. J. What's a J game?
This is a game.
It's a new one?
Well, it's a Super Nintendo game.
It's one we haven't done before.
It's one we haven't done before.
Okay.
This is a game that I have been waiting for quite some time.
Oh, shit.
It's obviously not Super Alfred Chicken because that doesn't start with J.
Just Super Alfred Chicken. Chicken. Jerky Boys, the SNES game.
Judge Uncle Phil, a judging simulator.
Oh, is it Judge Dredd?
It is not. Oh. It is Jurassic Park Part 2, The Chaos Continues.
All right.
A game that I have owned since I was probably 12 years old.
Sweet. Okay.
So I haven't revisited it since then. I'm very excited to be disappointed by this game.
Yeah. I'm just glad it's not another fucking sports game. So yeah.
Me too. There is that football segment in it though.
Raptor football.
But you get to play as a Raptor. It's cool. There is the basketball segment where you play as the Raptors. They are a basketball team, right?
Yeah.
Okay, nailed it. I'm excited, man. We haven't even done Jurassic Park 1 for the Super Nintendo.
Shit.
Because it was not good enough to be on IGN's list.
Damn. So should we do the Jurassic Park games?
They're too different.
Okay.
And I want to stretch it out, baby. Like I want to edge out Jurassic Park. I don't want to.
I don't want to clip them together.
If you'll indulge me, yeah,
Okay,
please.
okay.
This gives me an excuse to watch like the sequel to Jurassic Park as well.
Okay. Need some, yeah, I get you. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Next week, Jurassic Park 2. Duh.
The chaos continues.
Chaos continues.
The chaos continues.
The T-Rex found the Chaos Emeralds.
Man, I hope I'm as good at this game as I used to be. I'm probably not. But man, this game, I'm excited. This is a childhood favorite.
Good, awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're happy.
And I'm not just saying that so that you won't shit on it. Please shit on it again. We've shit on Shadowfan Sam's favorite games enough that I have it coming.
Okay. Hey, if you like this show, there's more places you can find more TADPOG content. They're on Facebook, TADPOG. It's episode posts and memes. Then if you're a fan like that dank shit, it's TADPOG Nation.
Yeah.
But if you like copious but more organized, good boy, girl, and everyone in between chat, well, that's the Discord.
Yeah,
What's that Discord again?
It is bit.ly/TADPOG Discord.
Let's see. And we're on Instagram and Twitter as TADPOG_podcast.
Yeah. Same on Twitch, twitch.tv/TADPOG_podcast.
If you want a t-shirt, that's shirts.tadpog.com.
Yeah.
If you want a mask,
Yeah.
mask.tadpog.com.
Yeah.
Most importantly, we have that Patreon.
Patreon. Donation. If you'd like to make a donation.
Donation to our Patreon.
Which, I mean, really, if you've made it this far in the podcast, like, you're totally.
Give me $1. God damn it.
Give us a fucking $1, please.
Biden's president. You'll get a stimulus. Give us $1. Yeah, I know we'll get one too, but still. All right, so 2 new pledges this month. So I want to give one totally new pledge to Snafu28. Thank you, Snafu28.
Thanks, Snafu.
And then a big increase from Matt Beck.
Thank you, Matt Beck.
Thank you, Matt Beck.
I've got, I don't know if this is Snafu28, but I've got Mickey Harris as a new donor as well.
I don't see that.
No?
Huh.
And then Michael Rubino.
Oh, I talked to Michael yesterday.
Back in the saddle.
Okay, yeah. Because I saw he deleted it, then I saw because I like Michael. I've spoken to Michael a few different times, so I messaged him like, "Did I offend you? Did TADPOG do something?" Because
Sure.
if I know who that person is and I've spoken to them,
Right,
then I
sure.
see something, I'm gonna ask like, "Did something happen?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, man, I'll be back on it. Don't worry about it. You're good. You're good." I was like, "Okay, thank you." He's like, "No, man, you're good. How's the family? You're all right. All right. I see you. You're fine."
Well, thank you. Thank you, Michael.
Let me give his title: Choctopus's friend Michael.
I played Animal Crossing with Michael. We looked at some Falling Stars together.
He
I
offered to
believe.
give me some Disney stuff. Should we come
Yeah.
back down to Disney?
Yeah.
Yeah. He has a very good Instagram.
Yes.
Disney Food Boy. He's got a very, very good Instagram.
Yes. It sounds good.
Which because of COVID I haven't seen him post anything in a while. But you can retroactively go back and see all his very good food posts from all over Disney World, which is very cool.
It'd be interesting if it was still active. It was just really bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was just shut down restaurants.
Right. And they had no reflection on him.
With a mask,
Right.
just looking sad.
Right. Just a guy wearing the Goofy costume with the head off. He's just holding it.
Breaking the rules. They're not smoking a cigarette, holding the goofy
Smoking
head.
a cigarette, yeah. Slurping an icy.
Our theme song is Moons. Let's take more drive. We'll do that track from the show notes at tadpog.com. You got anything else, Dave?
No. Are you expecting another thing?
Well,
Am I forgetting
executive
something?
producers.
Oh, we've got executive producers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't have
That's the
anything
thing.
else.
That's the thing. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. This episode has been executive produced by the following people: who donate to us on Patreon at $20 or more per month. You fantastic, beautiful people. We got Usurper Grim, God Emperor Alex Pena, Cthusiast Jeff Miners, Cousin David Galino, Coronavirus Savior Cubicle Monkey, Zeus Laser, Steve Dixon, Clambro Cody Phillips, Lint Liquor Joseph Phillips, Bantha Master, The Eightfold Daniel Abernathy, Plinko Nick Price, Time Lord Josh Edwards, Executive Producer Dig Dougie, Matt Gentile aka Gentle G, Magical Sleeper aka Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn, Laud Mulaney Dennis, Pinball Archmage Chris Edler, congratulations on your marriage and I'm sorry you couldn't be on this episode, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, Drinksmith, Joey Webster, Big Daddy, Paul Anderson, Master Cycle Baron, Kevin Link, and Captain Detective Count Victor von Cunnilingus Hart.
Nice.
Thanks, guys. Seriously. Means a lot.
God, thank you.
And we are working on another bonus Patreon episode for this month.
Yep.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed that everything is going to come through and that we're going to be able to do it.
We're securing rides for everybody to get suitably fucked up.
Right. God, I want this to happen. I really want this to happen.
I almost had Casey in on it too. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Yeah, his wife has to work, so he can't. But he almost. How you want to close this out, Dave?
Oh man, I cannot believe I didn't talk about this at all. When you started talking, I was like, I guess it's someone from Hit the Ice, but we don't know what they sound like. We do. Because the thing that they say all the time is, in the game, why I oughta. Like, I mean, it was just like, it was like you're going to like your grandparents' house and your granddad is about to punch your grandma like 40 times, but never actually did. Why I oughta.
So say it like your favorite abusive person.
All right, done and done. I got this. That was easy.
So until next time, Tropical Capricorn to the moon.
You didn't even choose family?
Yeah, you're right. You don't need soda after 8 o'clock. Don't you eat that damn ice cream.
Let me ask you a question, since you brought up soda. Does Kenna drink soda?
Very rarely.
Because she doesn't want to, or
She
because you
doesn't ask
limit
for
it? Yeah.
Yeah, she'd rather have apple juice or sweet tea if she's going to not have water or milk.
We got Henry on water, and as you'll notice, I have a bottle of water with me, and that is because my son has started calling me out on hypocritical bullshit. And I want to be like a good enough dad to be like, you know what? You're right. Like, you're right. We tell you that drinking water, we don't want you to drink soda because it's not healthy. I drink fucking Coke Zero all the time. It's literally what I live off of. So
I'm too late, Henry. I'm damaged.
Right.
I can't grow back. You, however, you're not damaged yet.
Which, I mean, look, that's how I feel. But I mean, you can't just say that to a 6-year-old. So yeah, I'm trying to drink more water.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
That's what Jack primarily wants.
Is water.
Yeah.
I mean, Henry wants it too. So it's like, and I don't know if that's just because like, okay, so he's asked me about beer before when he's seen me drinking beer. I don't drink a lot of beer, but every now and then he'll see me. Or he'll ask about like, you know, the rum on the baker's rack. And it's like, all right, that is poison.
Yeah. It's super spicy. It's very spicy.
I was like, yeah, this is poison. Then why are you drinking it? Well, because it's not like.
Once you're 21, it's not poison anymore.
Well, no, I was like, no, it's fucking poison, man. This is poison. But like, once your brain stops developing, you just poison yourself. It's fine. But you can die drinking this. So don't drink it until you're 21.
That's fair. That's good. All right. Because I had a friend from seminary whose daughter would always ask him about wine.
Yeah.
He'd be like, it's really spicy.
That's funny. That is Henry's number one question he always asks me when I'm like, do you want one of these chips? First thing, is it spicy?
Yeah. How long you been in this goddamn house, Henry? Yeah, you know it's fucking spicy.
It's spicy. Come on. I was hoping I could bring some 3D Doritos for us to try.
I think I might have a bag in the house somewhere. I bought some for Melissa that she did not want.
Oh, she didn't want them?
Uh-uh.
Did she not like the old school 3D Doritos, or she just not into snack foods being in the third dimension?
Probably both.
Yeah, I didn't like the original 3D Doritos.
I don't know if I ever had them.
I thought they were not as good as Doritos.
Yeah.
But a lot of people like them.
I remember Ian commented that these weren't as good as they used to be, which is
Who did?
Wiz and Sage Ian
Oh,
Chandler.
Ian did. Ian did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is like, that's what everybody says about everything.
Oh, it's not as good as it used to be?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I remember when I had a Surge after they were re-released, and it was like, that's Surge. I don't like it as much as I used to, but it's Surge.
Yeah.
And then I still see them, like, Amazon will send me an email. It's like, dude, you get 36 Surges for like $85. You want some? And it's like, no, I don't. That's a lot of money for a drink that I don't like anymore.
It's only 400 calories a can.
Yeah. It's like, it was fun when it was a novelty 8 years ago. Now it's not.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.